Yo guys, what is going on? This is Carnalbird5. Finally bringing you guys some more gameplay. This is on one of my other accounts. Again, I've been having a lot of fun on this account. I've pretty much been doing all the new missions to acquire these players. I've been trying out some budget players as well. So I have guys like the Flashback Zimmerman. I just picked up Rios. This is actually his first game. I got the Flashback Ortiz. I had the Flashback Koji for a while. I'm not a huge fan of that card. But I had him, I had the Grilly, pretty much all the new cards you got from the missions, I had all those. And in this game I have Carrasco pitching. As you see, he K's the first hitter of the game there, then Cargo lines out to right. Well, no, Rios actually misses it there, so not a good start for Rios. But I do want to talk a little bit about that card and the Flashback Zimmerman. I'm really liking the Flashback Zimmerman. I've never tried him out until now. He reminds me a lot of the Beltray, except his stance. If you guys are a big believer of the stance hindering your ability to pull the ball for whatever reason, Zimmerman has more of a normal stance, more of an upright stance. So I believe you guys will like Zimmerman better if you believe the stance is an issue with Beltray. I'm hitting really well with the Zimmerman. Rios strikes out there on his first AB, so not a good start. An error and a strikeout in the very first inning I played him. But my opponent here gets a base hit up the middle, and I've noticed he has all lefties. And I've pretty much been saving my bullpen for games like this, and I also carry 4 relievers for games like this. So I go ahead and I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm going to go ahead and warm up a lefty. I have 4 lefties in my pen, and I'm not scared to do this tactic because for the most part, a lot of people quit early in games. So usually my reliever stamina is there. So if I need to, and my opponent has 6, 7, 8 lefties or switch hitters in the lineup, I will employ this tactic every time. You can call it cheap or whatever, but it's really your own fault if you're putting all those lefties in your lineup. So I do go ahead and get one warmed up. We do get out of the inning there. Another card I've been trying, the one I actually pulled in the pack opening, is this Carlos Gomez. Now, I've used this card a lot on my main account, more of a platoon guy, but on this account, I'm actually just plain up starting him. And I hit pretty well righty on righty with him, so I'm really enjoying that card. He has good defense and good speed in center. Now, interesting tactic here by my opponent. He go ahead and walks the bases loaded to get to my pitcher, but I'm already the mindset like I'm going to bring in a lefty in anyway, so I go ahead and go to Prince Fielder with the bases loaded. Now, my opponent probably wasn't expecting this move, so I don't care. If he gets out, he gets out. We had a hard hit ball to third base, but right at him. I should have probably waited for my pitch. Now, at this point, I've also noticed my opponent is not throwing me any inside fastballs, and you guys will see next inning I start to pick that up. And start to adjust my game a little bit. So moving on, I bring in Jake Diekman, and I still think this is one of the best lefties in the game. His sinker is absolutely filthy. I think it's better than Britton's because it's a little bit harder. He also has a 98 mile an hour two-seamer as well, and he has a slider and a changeup, and that changeup can negate righties a little bit better than what Britton can, although Britton's still great because of just 30 sinkers. You got more brink out of seeker, of course, but I'm a huge fan of Diekman if you can control him and use pure analog. And right here, I go ahead and check pitch analysis, and I'm noticing he's throwing all away to my lefties, and then he's throwing like all inside of righties, so he's throwing to that same side of the plate. So I'm going to start trying to go with the pitches a little bit more. And if you guys haven't noticed, he's pitching Strasburg. His commentary is going to be kind of all over the place. I apologize. It's kind of rambling here. But Strasburg tries to make a pitch away. I start to, jump on it. And I think that should have been gone, but it's a line out, is what it is. But hopefully he starts to notice I am looking for that pitch. But sometimes I employ this strategy as well. I just pitch away and just dare them to hit it out. Rios again comes up for a second AB. And I'm under it a little bit too much, and I fly out to center. So another card I'm trying to get is actually the Flashback Prince. I have not tried that one out yet, but I cannot ever get that darn thing on the market. I pretty much just bought Rios straight up because I've had a hard time getting him too with the buy orders. So I pretty much just picked him up. And Diekman at this point is giving this guy a lot of fits, so hopefully Diekman can give me 2 to 3 innings. Pretty much just challenging him with sinkers middle in until he can hit it. And he really has showed me that he hasn't. Every now and then I'll mix his slider in. Sometimes I'll elevate sliders because if people are really good at moving their PCI down, sometimes they can just naturally react and hit those sliders pretty well. So sometimes I throw them a little bit higher, and I get them to pull off there for a fly out to right field, and then I just strike out the next batter with a sinker middle in. It's just absolutely filthy. Now we get to the 5th. Keep in mind, guys, if you look at the pitch count there, I have him at 74 pitches, and he doesn't have an out yet in the 5th, so we work Strasburg. That's one thing I always do. I always work the count because I can always fall back to that. Like if I haven't scored runs in the first 4 or 5 innings, a Zimmerman hits a really good 3-2 pitch right here. That was a fastball down, and I just pretty much just stayed on it, drove it up the middle, and it went out. So I'm saying that Zimmerman's a beast, guys. Really good card. If you guys, I don't know, the Arenado's probably a little better, but the card's basically free if you just get the live series. And here's Corey Seager again. We notice our opponent's pattern of pitching away, and we just go with it. And then I pinch hit Nelson Cruz. I've been using his flashback Cruz. I'm not a huge fan. They have his player model all messed up, and it's just not a really good card, to be honest. It's you look at the attributes and you think it could be okay, but I mean, I got a few bombs with me, don't get me wrong, but we go ahead and test Ellsbury. That's another thing, guys. If your opponent's playing Ellsbury, know where he's at. If he's in center field, exploit that mismatch every single time. So I decided to test him there, play a little small ball, trying to get a cheap run. We hit one to right field. He got jammed a little bit, but he just misses it, and this is a huge break for us. But we would have tagged up anyways and went up 2-0. But we go ahead and get to third base on this. So definitely a huge break, just putting the ball in play. Playing a little small ball there. Then we have my credit player coming up. Again, he's pretty much just trying to stay away. Away. I don't think he challenged any of my hitters. So I just pretty much stayed on a pitch, went up the middle here. So it's 3-0. But like I said, if you work the pitcher, and you're eventually going to get, most of the time, you're going to get that one big inning, or you're going to get to the bullpen early. And in my opinion, I don't care. I'd rather mess up somebody's bullpen, because a lot of people, they won't have their bullpen completely refreshed. Now this is Rios' third AB. I want to show you guys the full AB here. Like I said, I've been liking this Rios card. Not to spoil anything, but I've been liking this Rios card. I've used him for a few games now. I recorded this game yesterday. And my opponent, you'll probably notice if you're watching this, I think my opponent is actually a subscriber, and I don't think he had any idea that he was playing me. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of funny. But Rios finally goes yard there, and that was just a good hit by Alex Rios. I mean, that's just to show you he does have power versus righties and lefties. I think he only has like really 74, 75 power, and my opponent quits there. So taking pitches and being patient paid off. The new Rios, the new Zimmerman are good cards. If you guys are bored, try the new cards out. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed this short little gameplay. Hope to bring you guys more. Anyways, this is Carnal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.